Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week. I am your host, as always, UnrealEntGaming. I really hope you guys have been enjoying your week and weekend. And what a week it has been, guys. I mean, such great games have been released. You know, Battlefield, WWE 2K14. You had Batman. You had Call of Duty Ghost. I mean, you have the next-gen systems, which are out, I believe, this week. So, I mean, so many things lined up. I mean, the holidays are right around the corner. Thanksgiving, you know, Christmas, the new year. I mean, this is going to be possibly the busiest 2 months that I've ever had, and I'm sure many of you guys are going to be busy as well. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to wish you guys a happy holidays, and I want you guys to be safe. If you're planning on buying anything in terms of games or capture cards or laptops or TVs or sexual equipment or whatever the hell you guys are going to buy, I suggest you guys wait until Black Friday. That's when everything goes on sale, and Cyber Monday. So on top of that, guys, I really hope you guys enjoy this episode. So let's begin with our first question, which is from my boy, George Driver.
Hey Alex, it's me, George Driver, aka George is the Dreads. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you for everything, man. I mean, I started watching your videos back in 2012, and it was about August. So I've been with you like your whole Unreal Entertainment gaming career, basically, because I know you started back in like May 2012. And Paul started back in like February. Poor little Paul. But y'all inspired me both. I mean, Paul inspired me to be a little brown kid. I'm just kidding. Paul's weird. But no, I'm just kidding. Paul, if you're watching this, you're not weird. But you inspired me, dude. I mean, like back in 2012, dude, I used to do drugs, and I just like I've changed. I used to smoke cigarettes. And I know you can relate to me because you say all the time in your videos, you live that lifestyle. But I live in Tennessee, dude, and dude, rednecks are everywhere down here, and it's so hard to get away from that kind of stuff. But yeah, you inspired me to quit doing that. I just like coming home every day from school and just watching your videos. They're very fun, and you inspired me to start my own YouTube channel. But it's a low quality videos. If you want to, you can go ahead and check them out. I'm not forcing you to, but I will be getting a capture card soon. So if you want, if you don't care, we can start doing some videos together. It'll probably be Christmas when I get it, but stuff is hard down here in the South, dude. I'll just let you know that right now. Even though you've been to Alabama, I don't know how many rednecks you saw down there, but it's pretty weird. It's pretty weird, but all I gotta say is thanks for everything, dude. It's been a long ride. Almost 2 years. Almost 2 years in May, dude, and I'm just so emotional right now. Alex is growing up, and I'm getting old too. I wish I had my beard, but I don't. But anyways, let's get on with the questions, man. Question one, even though it ain't Halloween, what are your thoughts on the Chucky series? I mean, you can say all your thoughts on every movie, and the new movie. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's really, they go back to the more serious roots, not Bride of Chucky or Seed of Chucky roots, where they're all like, all this bullshit. Really ruined the franchise, but too much comedy. But tell me your thoughts on the first, second, third, Bride Chucky, Seed of Chucky, and if you've seen Curse of Chucky, can you tell me about that? I mean, it's a good movie. But anyways, on with the next question. Question 2. What do you think if they just revamped like GTA 5 or 4? I mean GTA 4, and did it all in like GTA 5 graphics, all the new mechanics. What do you think it'd be like in about like how like in the Liberty City stores or whatever, GTA 4 episodes from Liberty City, where you get to be I forgot his name, the black guy and the white guy, Nico. If they like fucking, you can change in and out of the game without having to quit the game. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Like you can do in GTA 5, and just like redid the graphics, redid cars, put cars from 2013 in there. What do you think that game would be like? And what are your thoughts on it, basically? And yeah, first question. I paused the video and I forgot to click freaking play, so I basically just said my whole little opinion on Ginyu. So anyways, let's get back on with this since it's going now. Man, anyways, Captain Ginyu. Do you think he's in his original body? Like his purple horn, his little horny body? I'm purple and horny. She's gonna kill me. But he's in his purple body with the horns. Do you think that's his original body? He could have switched it before we ever saw him in the Frieza saga, the Namek saga, or that might be his real body. For all we know, my theory is just he could have switched it before we ever saw him in the Frieza saga. So, what's your opinions on that? And yeah, let's go to the fourth question. My fourth question is, what would you recommend for the cheapest capture card that can get HD video, like $120 under or $100 under? And a mic, and can you do a setup video, like how to set it up? Because all I'm doing on my channel is recording off of this phone. And yes, it's horrible quality. You'll see if you go to my channel, but it's horrible quality. I do a lot of vlogs basically with my phone because I don't like just put my phone sideways and just have people watch horrible quality videos. I want them in HD, but I will be uploading this to my channel. So I want them in HD, so all my fans, you'll hear this. All my viewers, no, I only have 2 subs. But you'll know what I'm talking about, why I'm not uploading that much. But this isn't my channel, this is Alex's fan mail, but I don't feel like having people wait and just watch low quality videos. That's why I've been doing vlogs. But yeah, what would you recommend me use for a mic and a capture card to get me started? Because I want to, like I said, I want to be like you, for God's sake. Even though you don't have 1 million subscribers like Sly Fox, 14 million or 16 million, however many PewDiePie has. I mean, I watch PewDiePie, I like his videos, but I don't have respect for him. I have respect for you because you give back. I mean, I don't know, I can't explain how much I respect you. Man, you're like a freaking brother to me, dude. You're like, it's like, I feel like I've known you my whole life because around where I live, I know you live in New York and there's a bunch of hoes and shit, but there's a lot of hoes and shit down here in the South. But it's just like, man, I'm gonna cry, dude. I'm gonna cry. No, I'm not. Man, but it's just like, dang, dude. It's weird. It is weird. I don't even know what I was talking about, my question. But if you remember, which you'll know what I was talking about. But, yeah. That's all I have for you, dude. As I was saying, just keep up the good work, man. Keep showing us fans how you roll and how you and Paul roll, and thank you for all you've done. 68,000 strong, and yeah, and all you fans out there who hasn't subscribed to him, please subscribe. He deserves every subscriber because he does everything he can. Some days he might not want to put out a video, but he deserves it. I mean, giving back to the fans. He's going to be starting shirts in 2014. I'm pretty sure he said that in the last fan mail. If you didn't, then I'm wrong. And I think you're still doing a PS4 giveaway. You said you would. And if you do, here's my explanation why I should win it. The reason I should win it is because I've been your subscriber, and I'm not trying to get up in everyone's face, but I've been your subscriber since about August, and I've been with you the whole way. I deserve it because all I have is this room and a PS2. I don't come from the richest family, but that ain't the point. I think I deserve it because I've stuck with you and Paul since the beginning. Especially Paul. I've been with Paul. If it wasn't for Paul, I wouldn't even know who you were. So, congrats, Paul, for tell me who Alex was, but I think I deserve it because I live in a crappy house. That had nothing to do with that, but yeah, I deserve it because I want a PS4. Whenever you do the video, I'll put a better explanation up there. I just can't think on the top of my head right now because I'm kind of sick and it's like 10 o'clock. So, yeah. Thank you, man. And just keep up the work and keep it up, dude. See ya, Alex.
Wow, George. I mean, really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for the kind words and for the hospitality. I mean, all my life, I never knew what it felt like to actually, inspire somebody to be better or actually be looked upon as a good person. So for you to say that, man, I mean, it really means a lot to me. And, coming from where I live, I mean, those words aren't really said a lot too often around these neighborhoods. So, truly, man, thank you so much. I mean, you have no idea. I mean, just when people say things like that, it makes me feel so good. It makes me feel like everything that I've been doing on here was, well worth the effort. And it actually has been. I mean, I would much rather put smiles on faces and make people's days a lot brighter than do anything else, because that's what I've been doing. That's what I've always wanted to do in my life. And, I was basically doing quote unquote YouTube before even YouTube existed. I mean, back when VHS was around, I used to stick my VHS tape in the actual VHS machine. And I used to record my PS1 and PS2 gameplays on the freaking cassette. So that's how, far back along the lines my roots go. So thank you so much, man. To answer your first question, Chucky's fucking retarded, man. I mean, it's just gone downhill. I mean, for one, I really don't understand how Paul can be afraid of Chucky. I mean, if Chucky was real and if he was standing right in front of me, in front of my room, I wouldn't even be scared. I would not be terrified, in the least, because all Chucky is a good guy doll. I mean, really. But the movies definitely have, fallen downhill. I mean, really. Child's Play 1 and 2 were good. I believe the whole story revolving, Charles Lee Ray trying to go after, Andy. It was really good. A serial killer who wanted to live forever, and, he wanted to restart everything and restart his killing sprees or whatever. I mean, basically, he would have kept going if he didn't get caught. So pretty much he put his soul in the doll and whatever. It made sense. The mom bought, her son a gift, which happened to be, Chucky, and Chucky came to life, and he wanted, the boy's soul and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it made sense. But then after, Child's Play 3 with the whole military thing, I was just like, oh man, really? I mean, there was so many jokes being cracked in the military. I mean, Chucky, making fun of the sergeants and, doing the whole Tan Hut, all that shit. I mean, it's like, come on. And then, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, they were all bad. I mean, seriously. I mean, the newest movie, what is it? Curse of Chucky, I believe. I haven't seen it, but Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky were so bad. I mean, I did not look at the franchise the same ever again. I mean, a similar movie that can be related to, in terms of the Chucky franchise, would be Scream. Do you guys remember Scream? Scream 1 and 2? Scream 1 and 2 were fantastic. But then Scream 3 was horrible. Scream 4 was actually pretty good. I will give them that. Scream 4 was absolutely amazing. But in terms of the first two movies, they were classics, just like Chucky, Child's Play 1 and 2, Scream 1 and 2, both classic franchises, classic movies. But then, once you hit, like, the third one, it's like, whoa, what in the hell happened to the franchise, you know what I mean? So my thoughts on Chucky is the fact that, I mean, I really don't know why they're going with that comedy route, because Chucky is not supposed to be a comedical character. A person that I can see being a comedical character is Leprechaun. Leprechaun was always supposed to be this little devious, troglodyte of a creature that always wanted his gold, and he would, go to any extent to pretty much just mind fuck you in every sense, you know what I mean? So Leprechaun was a character that could actually pull it off. As for Chucky, just no, man. I mean, they really need to revamp everything and just make it based on horror, not freaking horror/comedy. I mean, I understand, there's nothing funnier than a doll who's trying to kill you, but I mean, in this case, it's a serial killer. It's not just a regular doll, you know what I mean? But that's just my opinions on Chucky, to be honest. To answer your second question, Grand Theft Auto 4 with GTA 5 graphics and GTA 5 revamped. I think it would be pretty cool to swap from Nico in and out, from all the other characters, like the characters from Ballad of Gay Tony and, the Lost and Damned. But at the same time, I think they should just keep it the way it is and just move on forward from Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm pretty sure they're going to take what they learned from GTA 5 and they're just going to move forward with that, because I don't see them having any reason to go back and just edit anything in or fix anything, because you learn from your mistakes, right? And they definitely learned a lot from Grand Theft Auto 4. But GTA 5 is still amazing. I don't know if you have it. I have it. The game is sick, man. I have a feeling that game might get Game of the Year. It's so freaking good, man. It's just absolutely amazing. So whatever the next Grand Theft Auto game is, I'm hoping that it's going to top the 5th one, which I don't see how they're going to do that. But, we always say that and we always get proven wrong. So, honestly, we're just going to have to wait and see, because I read an article where Rockstar has come out and said that they have 35 years worth of ideas for their franchise. You know what I mean? That's a lot. So we're just going to have to wait and see what the next GTA game has to offer. But in terms of this one was fantastic. I love it a lot. GTA 4, loved it as well, but definitely not as much as GTA 5, I'll tell you that much. To answer your third question, Captain Ginyu, is he in his original body? At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he is, because Akira Toriyama forgot a lot. Here's a fun Dragon Ball Z fact for you guys. Did you guys know that Akira Toriyama literally forgot everything before he even went into making Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods? Yep. He actually thought that Super Saiyan 3 Goku's form was Goku's Super Saiyan 2 form. I know, I'll actually give you a minute to process that. How do you forget your own creation? You know what I mean? But I don't blame the guy. It's been over, 20 years since he actually got into DBZ, so I don't know. But Captain Ginyu, I don't think he has as much fans as, a character like Vegeta would have or something like that, you know what I mean? I don't think too many people cared about Captain Ginyu, especially not now. Considering the fact that he actually had good abilities, but he wasn't executed fairly well. The whole body transformation thing, I really doubt that he's even in his original body to begin with. At this point, especially in the timeline of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, I think Captain Ginyu's dead. I think that frog was destroyed a long time ago, you know what I mean? So in terms of Captain Ginyu, I really doubt that he's even on that planet to begin with. So. And to answer your final question, recommendations for a cheap capture card, a good mic, and a setup. All right. If I still had my very first channel, if I still had my old channel, my video quality was far worse than yours. Because in 2006, we didn't really have, iPhones or any of these cool-ass cameras that they have now. I was using a pocket camera. That had the shittiest quality on it that you could ever have. It was worse than standard definition. It was truly crap. And I remember I used to go on there and I used to make reviews for wrestling and all that kind of stuff. But it was terrible. It was terrible. So to be honest, the recommendation for a cheap capture card, around $100, you can always try a Dazzle, because Dazzles always are, fairly exceptional. I would recommend a Hapag capture card, somewhere along the line. That's pretty much cheap. It's not really so expensive like the Elgato or something like that, but it works either way. Any capture card would do. But that would be the cheapest of the cheap. But why would you want to have cheap stuff is my question. Granted, you have to start somewhere. And I was in your position. I made hundreds of videos with my crappy ass pocket camera back in 2006. So I pretty much learned from there. With extensive research and all that kind of stuff, I literally got my act together and I actually started looking in to what was good and what was bad. So for you, I would have to recommend that. In terms of a mic, the best mic right now is either the Yeti or the Blue Snowball. So those are the top HD mics. They should be a little less under $100. So you should definitely look into that. In terms of a setup, I'm definitely gonna do one in the future. Maybe next month, maybe around my birthday, which is in January. So around there for sure. But phones aren't bad either. All you have to do is just mess with the settings, mess with your editing equipment for actually uploading the videos, and your phone videos could come out fairly decent. You know what They're not bad. They're not as bad as my pocket camera that I used to have, but that would have to be my personal opinion, because I used to have the Adaptec Game Bridge back in the day, when I started my gaming channel on Alex Animal 7, I used to have that, and that was absolutely terrible. So many wires, so many, glitches. But I mean, you learn. You learn over a course of time, and you consistently begin to improve because you learn from your mistakes. So, as for the PS4 giveaway, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still doing it. Yes, I am. But I might put that on hold until maybe December, January, or February. I'm definitely going to do it without a doubt. But as of right now, the budget isn't too high. I mean, I'm not making a PewDiePie amount. Did you guys know that PewDiePie actually reached a record where he has more followers than Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, and Rihanna combined? That is huge. Like, PewDiePie has made it to where he's above celebrities. And I mean, I don't know about many of you guys. A lot of you guys say that you hate PewDiePie. I mean, I like PewDiePie. I mean, I think that he puts out fairly exceptional stuff. Definitely aside from all the other YouTubers that do nothing but Call of Duty. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I mean, just spice it up a little bit. Do something different, So that's why I like PewDiePie, because he does something different. Aside from him, my favorite channel is Paul, because, I mean, me and Paul have so much in common, and Paul hates other YouTubers. I mean, you got to see when he goes on his little rants. Paul hates other big YouTubers because, for obvious reasons, they are not, appreciative of their fans, and they're not, always giving back. So Paul has something with that. But aside from Paul, I mean, definitely Paul and his brother Sean. But I like PewDiePie. I think PewDiePie is actually pretty good. So, but aside from that, the PS4 giveaway, definitely I'm going to do that within the couple of months. So all you have to do is just wait on that and see what happens. So, but I really thank you for the video, man. It really means a lot. And no, I didn't forget who you are. Trust me, I know who you are. I know a lot of you, actually. I mean, over the last couple of weeks and months, I've gotten to know a lot of you guys. So trust me when I say I have not forgotten about you. Every time you guys message me or write to me, I actually know who you are for the most part. And I do talk to a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys that interact with me on Facebook and on here would know that. So, but anyways, George, really thank you for the questions, man. But anyways, on to our second question, which is from my boy Bacon.
Hey, UnrealStudioEnt, Unreal Entertainment Gaming. I think you're a beast YouTuber, one of the best out there. To me personally, I think you're better than PewDiePie and all those other YouTubers because you take so much time into your videos and take time with your subscribers. So yeah. Now to my questions. So if Dragon Ball Z and WWE had like a parallel crossover, who would you put in the Dragon Ball Z universe? Who would you trade places with? Like, who would you trade places with? Like, who would you put in for Daniel Bryan, Undertaker, CM Punk, John Cena, Triple H, and The Rock. Yeah, that's my first question. Okay. Second of all, if you get the PS4, would you be playing any like PS4 exclusives with multiplayer on them that maybe you could play with your fans out there? Like me personally, I'm not an Xbox fanboy. I didn't like the Xbox 360. I was more a PS3 fan. Well, it was alright, but not with the Xbox One. It's not focused on games anymore. It's more focused on like cable TV and all that, internet. But for the PS4, it's focused on gaming, the connecting with your friends online, and all that. Yeah. So, wait. So yeah, who would you be playing with any of your friends on the PS3 or PS4 when it's coming out? Like exclusive. So yeah, that's my second question. And my third question: when you make it to the WWE, will you change your finisher, your signature, and can you please tell me what your signature is? Like if it's a power bomb, a DDT, any type like that, something that's very cool. Cause I'm a fan of WWE like a lot. I've been a fan since I was 4 years old. My favorite wrestler is CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and most of the time, sometimes in particular, Dolph Ziggler, because he's not that bad. And well, right now, if you're watching the current Raw series and all that, I'm just hating about the McMahons and the Triple H and all that scubbish or all that. So yeah, P.S. Fuck you, Paul. P.S. Fuck you, Yamcha. And P.S. If Yamcha and Paul were to fuse together, will you still will if Paul and Yamcha will fuse together, is Magikarp if Magikarp got shot in the head, will Magikarp be still stronger than Paul and Yamcha together? So yeah, that was my question for entertaining. I hope you have a good day, and thank you.
That was a really awesome video, man. Thanks for the question. I just have one little request for you. Next time, could you possibly enhance your audio, because I had to turn up your audio a lot, like actually to the max, because I couldn't really hear you that much. So aside from that, let's answer your first question, which is Dragon Ball Z and WWE crossover. That would be a little weird to see, but that also would be cool if the wrestlers had abilities of their own. Like, I could definitely see The Undertaker as a character that can have abilities that some Dragon Ball Z characters wouldn't have. For example, being able to maybe go invisible, or being able to, like, come back from the dead, you know, because that's Undertaker's gimmick. But definitely, like, I could see some characters cross over and do some epic stuff. Would it be equally balanced? I really, really, really doubt that. But I would love to see somebody like Triple H clash with Vegeta, because, you know, can you imagine if, like, they had like a war of words? That would be pretty sick. Goku and John Cena, I mean, like, because you know how John Cena is supposed to be like the quote-unquote Superman of WWE. I could definitely see Goku trying to give him a run for his money, probably beat him into the ground. Same thing with CM Punk and Vegeta, maybe CM Punk and Piccolo. I could definitely see Trunks and Daniel Bryan having a huge relation. So I think it would be fairly exceptional. I think it'd be pretty cool if these guys were actually anime characters, for the most part. But I mean, in the end, give or take, I think the DBZ guys would annihilate the WWE guys. I mean, that's not even a question. I mean, can you imagine, like, they fuse and all that kind of stuff? Oh my god. To answer your second question, which is the most important question, for me at least, I will be playing with subscribers, yes. I consistently play with subscribers. I always play with subscribers. Granted, I may not get to everybody, and it's really hard because I really wish I get to everybody, but for the most part, I play with hundreds of subscribers, and I'll give you some examples. I play with dozens of subscribers on Mind Wars. Remember, I had 4 Mind Wars so far. I had Mind Wars 1, 2, 3, and now I have 4. So if you count on how many people were actually a part of those Mind Wars series, I've played with a lot of subscribers on Mind Wars. I've played WWE 13 with about maybe a couple of subscribers. I've played a lot with Black Ops 2. I've played with dozens of subscribers on Black Ops 2, especially for zombies. I've played with subscribers on Minecraft for the Xbox. I've played with subscribers on the, what game was it? Oh my god. Dante's Inferno, believe it or not. I played with maybe 2 people on there, but hell, I mean, 2 people is still 2 people. So, as for the PS4, yes, I will play with fans on the PS4. Now, here's the deal, in terms of the PS4, of course. I'm really stuck on what games to get for which, because in my personal opinion, yes, the PS4 is focused on gaming, and it is focused on a whole lot. But you can't really discredit the Xbox One at all. I mean, granted, the Xbox One may not be all for gaming, but you guys are forgetting its overall online integration system, with the whole party chat and, you know, the multiplayer experience with Titanfall and Halo. Yes, I understand that the PS4 will have party chat as well. But as of right now, so far the games that I have confirmed for both systems are the following. I will be getting Call of Duty Ghosts and Dead Rising 3 for the Xbox One. I will be getting Killzone Shadowfall and Battlefield on the PS4. I'm thinking about trading in my current Battlefield for the Xbox One version as well, so that means I'll have a copy for either or. But then I wouldn't find a point in having a copy for both systems, so I might do a giveaway for one. Don't quote me on that, but I might. Assassin's Creed 4, I was thinking about getting on the PS4. Obviously, when Titanfall drops, I'm getting that for the Xbox One. So as of right now, I have to see the balances, but I do think I'm gonna have more games for the PS4 than the Xbox One, to be honest. But at this point, I mean, I think it's going to be exceptionally equal. I will play on both systems with subscribers at any time, so that's a given. But my opinions on both consoles, I think the PS4 will be a little better because it's obviously gonna focus more on gaming. But if you look at it today, there are a lot of people that get bored with games. So what would you do if you get bored with games? You're obviously going to watch movies and start browsing through your apps and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's like having a phone. You don't want to be on one app all the time. I mean, right? But I love gaming. I love games, so I'm definitely going to focus more on the PS4 this time. And to answer your last question, in the WWE, would I change my finisher? I really want to have the F5 because for obvious reasons, I think it's an inactive move, and I think a person like me would execute it very well if given the opportunity. So that's something I would love to have as my finisher, along with my current finisher, which is pretty much the power bomb into the backstabber. So that's something I would definitely incorporate, along with other stuff that I haven't shown people before. But then again, I will be wrestling again this weekend, so hopefully that video will be up of my match. But definitely I will execute several moves if I ever go there, God willing and God blessing me that I do. But even if I'm in the WWE, trust me when I say I will never give out on my fans, because I'm the type of person to never just let go of something. So but truly, man, thank you for the questions, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of your week, man. But once again, moving on to the next question, which is from Skate Dude 13. Hey Alex, my name is Rob, and I think you're awesome. Thank you, man. And I think you are the only YouTuber that does these fan mails every week. I really think I am, man. Okay, enough with the emotional stuff. Now on to the questions. Question number 1. My sister wants to know if you're single. Ooh. Question number 2. If Vegeta and Goku went God mode, then fused into Vegito, and then had the old Kai unlock their full powers, do you think they would be strong enough to beat Bills and Whis? Question 3. Instead of just Vegeta and Goku getting God mode, do you think it would be smarter if they went all God mode and teamed up together, because they have 3 years to get ready, so I think it'd be smarter if they did that. Question 4, I think Super Saiyan 4 is going to be the next transformation, because in the movie, do you remember when Shenron was telling about the Super Saiyan God? Well, when Shenron was showing the Super Saiyan God form, he had a tail. And when Goku went Super Saiyan God, he didn't have a tail. What do you think? And now everybody brace yourself, because I am about to tell you something that may shock you. Goten and Trunks are not Saiyans. What? My last question to you, Alex, question number 5. How are Goten and Trunks Saiyans, but never born with tails? Well, those are all my questions for now. Wait, I forgot to tell you, Yamcha is a descendant of the Squids. P.S. Paul is your long-lost brother from the opposite universe. I wouldn't be surprised at this point, because me and Paul, I swear to God, we're like two of the same people, except I'm tall, he's short, I'm white, he's brown. And a terrorist. Alright, but thank you for the questions, man. To answer your first question, yes, I am single. So if your sister wants to know, that question is yes, I am single. So I hope that pretty much answers that. Short, sweet, and to the point. Question number 2. Let's see here. I really do think that Vegeta would be able to beat Bills and probably Whis as well, because think about it, a Super Saiyan God Vegeta with all his powers unlocked. Wouldn't that make him wouldn't that make him Ultimate Super Saiyan God Vegito? Because remember, they had Ultimate Gohan and stuff like that. But think about it. I mean, you would have regular Super Saiyan God Vegito, and then you would have Ultimate Super Saiyan God Vegito. I mean, that right there would be sick. So without a shadow of a doubt, would he beat Bills? Hell yeah. Would he beat Whis? I think he would too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, Whis may seem like he's a boss, but I think Ultimate Super Saiyan God Vegito would be more than enough to take on Whis. That would be very interesting to see, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. But, I mean, I wish they had another transformation besides Super Saiyan God. To answer your third question, I do think that'd be a good idea, but I really doubt that everybody else's God mode would be able to keep up against Bills. Remember, that's like having Super Saiyan Goten versus, Frieza. I mean, you would have Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Goten, and then you would have Frieza. Now, who would fare up better? You know what I mean? Goku or Goten? I would have to say Goku because he has more experience and he would be able to heck the form. Whereas opposed to Goten, if he had that form, you know, he wouldn't be able to last, nor would Trunks. Probably Gohan. I think Gohan would be the only person that could be able to hack it in a sense, because Gohan does have a lot of experience with transformations. So I would have to say if there's going to be another person that's going to have the form, I think it should definitely be Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta. But that's what I personally think. So I think if Bills returns in 3 years, something big is going to go down. I'll tell you that much. To answer your fourth question, you do have a point. You do have a point. And I'm just going to lay the groundwork down right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's confirmed. It is confirmed that the person that you saw in Battle of Gods, the Super Saiyan God that you saw, you know, when Shenron was talking, that was the first ever Super Saiyan, period. That's the legend. You know what I mean? It's not Broly. It's not Bardock. It's confirmed that it's him. Who is that person? Nobody knows. Nobody knows who he is. And it's not Broly and it's not Bardock, because he actually went above and beyond Super Saiyan 1 and 2, and he became a Super Saiyan God to fight off the other Saiyans, and his power pretty much was worn out, and he got stomped on. Like, he got murdered because he couldn't keep going anymore because his form gave out. So that right there just indicates it's not Broly, it's not Bardock, because the dude got killed. So, but would they incorporate a canon version of Super Saiyan 4? I think they should, man. I mean, I really, really don't understand why they shouldn't, or why they're holding back on that. Super Saiyan God would be nice to have as a final level, but I mean, shit, we actually want to see a Super Saiyan 4. I mean, I really don't get why a lot of people don't want to see that. I mean, a canon version of SS4 would be amazing. I mean, in all terms and, you know, conditions. So at least that's my personal opinion. So, and to answer your last question, they are Saiyans, but they're half Saiyans. They're half humans and half Saiyans. So technically, you know, in a Saiyan mythology, you know, a half breed is supposed to be stronger than a pureblood, technically. But are Goten and Trunks stronger than Goku and Vegeta? Hell no, because those two are freaking monsters. They would crush their sons. Even though they weren't born with tails, they're still Saiyans. They have Saiyan blood in them. So, I mean, how else would they be able to transform, you know what I mean, into a Super Saiyan? So that right there is just pretty much an indication of that they are Saiyans, because if they weren't, how could they be able to transform? So, but thank you for the question, my good sir. Now, moving on to the next question, which is from Brandon Campbell. Hey Alex, how's it going? How's the chair? The chair's horrible. How are you? This is my first fan mail, so I hope you answer it. Anyway, let's get on to the questions. Question number 1. What if Broly was able to turn Super Saiyan 3 and Majin Buu, Gohan absorb, challenge him to a fight? Who do you think would win? Question number 2, when will there be a Battle of Gods English dub? Question 3, who would win, Yamcha or Paul? I think they both suck, so I'm confused. Ooh, shots fired! Question 4, what if Vegeta turned Super Saiyan 3? Would he be stronger than Goku? P.S. Thanks for answering my questions. Hope you make it to the WWE. Thank you, man. To answer your first question, who would win in a fight between Super Saiyan 3 Broly and Majin Buu Gohan absorbed? I really believe from the bottom of my heart that Majin Buu Gohan absorbed will be able to win this fight. I mean, granted, Broly Super Saiyan 3 would be amazing to see, especially up against, you know, Super Buu Gohan absorbed. But in the end, I mean, it's a proven fact that, you know, Super Buu Gohan absorbed could have taken on Ultimate Gohan and Super Saiyan 3 Goku at the same time and wouldn't even break a sweat. So I think Super Buu Gohan absorbed would be able to pick up the victory, but not unless Broly actually went on ahead and fought 100%. We never ever saw Broly fight using 100% of his power. I mean, we often saw Broly just fight here and there, but we never saw him unleash everything. Now imagine if he did, then he might have some chance. I'm not saying he would be a definite winner, but he would have some chance into going into this fight. In terms of Super Buu Gohan absorbed, we saw what he was capable of when he fought Vegito. Literally, like, he poured his heart and soul into trying to defeat Vegito, and it didn't really work out for the better for his part. So I mean, Vegito having to be a very, very powerful opponent himself. I mean, that right there symbolized that Super Boo tried and he failed against Vegito. But against Broly, that would be very difficult, actually. But I would still have to say Super Boo. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd still have to say Super Boo. To answer your second question, there will be a Battle of Gods English dub. Like I said, it's a factor of 2014 and 2015. I mean, I'm not entirely sure on when the release date is, or if they have began production or whatever, but, honestly, after every article I've been reading, they've been saying between 2014 and 2015. Now, I mean, that can vary, give or take. I mean, that all depends on when they get it done and when they get the agreement going on, but I'm pretty sure it's definitely going to be between 2014 and 2015, because I really don't see why they wouldn't release an English dub for this movie. To answer your third question, Yamcha versus Paul. As much as I hate Yamcha, I have to say Paul, because he would have the same technique as Android 16, a bomb strapped inside his chest, and I mean, I would definitely have to say Paul for this one, because I mean, there's no way I believe Yamcha would even be able to touch Paul. I mean, even with his bullshit Wolfang fist and whatever he got going on, Paul would still be able to pull something out of his ass. All puns intended for that one. And to answer your last question, if Vegeta turns Super Saiyan 3, would he be as strong as Goku? Yeah, I think they would be absolutely equal, because you got to remember, Vegeta trains just as hard as Goku does. Vegeta is a very experienced fighter, and I wouldn't see why he wouldn't be as strong as Goku is, you know what I mean? I believe that both fighters actually bring a lot to the table, and I do believe that both fighters deserve their respect. So in this case, I would have to say both of them would be equal in terms of power. In terms of technique and in terms of who's going to last the longest, that can actually vary, because remember, Vegeta is the toughest opponent Goku ever had, and Goku's the toughest opponent that Vegeta has ever had. So, but thank you for the questions, Mr. Brandon. Moving on to the next question, which is from Danny Guerrera. Okay, so I know you must get these a lot and I mean, come on, you have over 60 plus hours of these things, which is funny because I think your first one was only 30 minutes, then it somehow got to 2 hours of a fan mail episode. I've only been subscribed to you for almost a year, which hasn't probably, I mean, I guess I get these dumb arguments in the comment section about who is the longest and whatnot, or who has been subscribed to you the longest, or sorts of dumb shit. I'm not saying your fans are dumb, I'm just saying I don't think stuff like that really matters. I mean, you seem to care a lot about your fans like family. Anyways, this is my first fan mail I'm going to be sending. I went through a lot of work to send it, which as much work as a 16-year-old teenager in 2013 is willing to do. As much. Wow, shots fired to all the 16-year-olds. Now on to the questions. All right, here we go. Question number 1. Well, this is more like advice, so sorry if you don't like that stuff anyway. No, I absolutely love it. What are you talking about? All right, so I am in the 11th grade in high school, and everyone says junior year is very difficult, and I would have to agree. Yes, it is fucking difficult. I think that's the most difficult year of the year. And though you've said time and time again not to waste high school, I sadly have wasted sophomore and freshman year on girls, friends, and stuff like that, and it's stupid. And I get the whole you're never going to get into college with those grades, and I've averaged in about a C in all my classes. I'm doing way better this year, but I can feel myself getting much more lazy and uninterested in everything all over again. And I already have 2 C's in my classes, which are AP classes and whatever. They used to be A's. My real passion is music, though. I play the guitar, cello, piano, and I sing. And I can even play the bongo drums, haha. But my dad says that career is logical, so I'm setting out for something much more exciting, an engineer. So how do I get back on track with school? Question number 2, can you please answer my question in the fan mail? I would have asked in this one, but I thought this was long enough, and I didn't want to make you read out loud. Anyways, that is all for it. That is all for it right now. Thanks for the awesome videos. I think you should be way higher than as you are now in terms of fame goes. You put a lot of effort into this, more than anybody I've ever seen. And you're like me when it comes to sleep. I only sleep about 3 to 4 hours a day sometimes, sometimes less and not at all. Sorry for the real long-ass shitty read. No, don't worry about it, man. I tried to be grammatically correct, so have a nice day, bro. Next time I might send a video response like you wanted in the future. This one in your next fan mail is, all right, thank you, man. I mean, trust me, this was not stupid at all. This actually got, allowed me to know you a little bit better. All right, so I can definitely relate to you. To answer your question, all right, look. Junior year for me was very, very hard because in order for you to become a senior and pretty much to be done with life in terms of school, you have to get through your junior year. For my junior year, I had to take about maybe 4 or 5 regional exams, which were fucking, I remember I had to take Earth Science, Global History, I had to take 2 fucking English courses, all of this crap, right? And just like you, I wasted my sophomore and freshman year doing absolutely nothing. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. We make those mistakes. And coming out of high school, I must have been maybe a B student because I know I could have done better, but I just chose not to. I could have been, better, but I mean, that's just the path that I took. I was between a B and a C, to be honest, and I'm not proud of it now because when you grow up and you get older, you start to realize that, wow, you wasted so much time, doing all sorts of stupid stuff when you could have been improving yourself. So being that you're in the 11th grade and you want to pursue other options, that's fine. I mean, you want to go from being having a passion in music to going into engineering, which is completely normal because people choose to switch majors and switch careers, and they become disinterested in what they love currently and they start pursuing other things. The only reason and the only thing I can say to you right now that would encourage you to stop being lazy and uninterested is, where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 or 10 years, bro? Because trust me when I say those times are going to fly. I don't know how old you are now, but you are going to hit your 30s real soon. You're going to hit your 40s real soon. I mean, just look at it like this. As we get older, time goes by very, very fast. So what do you want people to remember you by? Like, that's the thing, Dylan. Like, what do you want people to remember you by? Like, you don't want to be remembered as that idiot who was just wasting his time. No, like, better yourself. And then once you better yourself, better your family. Because remember, never turn your back on family, even if they do. And so, you always have to have your priorities straight, you know what I mean? Granted, you might get thrown off in high school because high school is very rowdy. Sometimes college, can be even a bigger distraction because, the college parties or whatever. But you have to think about yourself in a sense. I mean, it's always good to think about others, but remember, you come first. That's why I always encourage people to, take into consideration that you come first. Nobody else is going to worry about your wallet. Nobody else is going to worry about, the roof that you have over your head. You come first. So, honestly, the girls, the friends, the drinking, the partying, all of that can come when you have yourself, lined up in a good position. Now, being that you have a passion for music, my question to you is, why don't you want to pursue that? Because you never know what may happen in your life. You know what I mean? You might end up being big. You might end up blowing up and possibly being a musician, a singer, a band member. You'll never know. You see, I would rather try and fail than just sit on my ass and just wonder, hey, what if I did that? Because what if never made it to the arena? What if never, sold out tickets? What if never gotten you as far as, how it would if you were to try? So, and I hope everybody's listening to this because this applies for everybody, not just Dylan. In order for you to excel in life, you have to have knowledge. I mean, you could have a six-pack, you could be ripped as shit, you could be tall, you could be jacked up, you could be fat, you could be skinny, whatever. Those things aren't going to get you far. Having the brains is going to get you far because people, executives, CEOs, managers, they're going to look at people like you and they're going to look at you and they're going to say, well, what do you have to offer? And that's when you open up your mind and you release all that information upon them, and then it'll dawn upon them like, wow, this person is a fantastic intellectual. So I want to board this person, into our company or into our, studio or whatever, so he could be a part of this because he can help us and we can help him. So the first thing I would have to ask you is, what makes you disinterested in music? Granted, your dad might say stuff, and that's what they do. Parents want you to become better in life, so they see all the things that you want to do as something of a hobby, sort of say. Your passion for music can lead you anywhere. And guess what? If you fail, right, at least you can come back and say, hey, at least I tried and I got so far. Because a lot of people these days, they can't really go on and say they tried something because they try it once or twice and they give up. You know what I mean? And that's just incredible because, you know, you never know what may happen to you. I mean, look at Justin Bieber, for God's sakes. Everybody hates him. I hate him, but look what his mom did. His mom uploaded footage of him, you know, playing all sorts of instruments, performing in centers and stuff like that, and the kid blew up. He got signed. So if you are as good as you say you are, make YouTube videos, show people how to play instruments, you know, do some covers, do something, you know, just show the world your talent, because that's what I think is very important. The world deserves to know who you are. In terms of engineering, that is a very difficult career, and that is something that you have to take serious from day zero, because engineers do get paid a lot of money. So if you do want to become an engineer, go for it. But you're going to have to fucking dedicate like 125,000,000% of your time into this, because I have a friend who is currently a welder, and he devoted his time, he devoted so much into what he wants to do that he is making, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a year. Like, this kid's fucking, he's going to be rich one day, you know what I mean? But he busted his ass in college. He busted his ass with his grades. You know, like, this kid has wanted to be a welder since he was like 7 years old. I remember playing Legos with him when I told him that I wanted to be a professional athlete, that I wanted to be a professional wrestler, and he wanted to be a welder. And guess what? He's a welder. I'm a wrestler. I'm slowly making it to the top. He's slowly making it to the top. Do you want to know why? Is because you have that passion that's going to keep on burning to allow you to go even further. So you're a junior now. Just bang it out, man. Just fucking go in there. Like, just don't, I mean, listen, man, girls come and go. Trust me when I say that, girls come and go. And if you're a girl who's watching this video, guess what? Guys come and go as well. Guys come and go, girls come and go. That's the circle of life. Worry about yourself. Worry about making everybody around you proud to have you as a friend, proud to have you as a person that they can share in their life. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't see any reason for you to feel disinterested in anything, because, I mean, everything definitely pays out for the better. Granted, I was the same way. I was very lazy. I was very disinterested and uninterested in everything. I didn't really care about much. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a wrestler, but I never thought about how I was going to get there. You know, right there, this just shows that you have way more musical talent than I do, because you play a guitar, you play the seal, you play the piano, you can sing, you know, you can play the drums. I mean, that's incredible, dude. That's years of experience right there. That's just phenomenal. Granted, you may not be the best player in the world, but why don't you try to make it to where you can actually be the best? And like I said, if you pursue that and you don't want it anymore, and if you want to go for engineering, then do it. How do you get on the right track in school? By ignoring all the negative bullshit. Dude, I can sit here and I can tell you about the times where I was smoking weed, where I was popping ecstasy pills, when I was drinking a lot. I mean, we all go through that phase. I know a lot of you guys that are watching this video right now can relate to that. But, you know, there comes a time in your life where you just learn to just grow up. And that's just how life is, man. I mean, people are definitely going to criticize you. I mean, I'm just going to tell you that right now. I wish you were here so I could say it to your face. People will criticize you. People will laugh at you. People will look down on you. People will ridicule you. People will just slander you. But guess what? You have to take what they say and you have to feed off that. Because if somebody says you can't do it, you take what they just said and you feed off that. That becomes an obsession. Oh, you say I can't do that? Well, I'm going to do everything in my power to prove you wrong. So, I mean, I'm just one person, and I really hate when somebody feels disinterested and lazy in life, because we as human beings can be so much better. I mean, I'm sure you know that. A lot of people know that. You know, we as human beings can be such powerful creatures and such, intellectually smart creatures if we actually put our minds into things. I mean, there are going to be so many distractions: girls, parties, cars, concerts, and, fights, and just all sorts of stuff, drinking, smoking, drugs. There's going to be so many distractions in life, but ultimately it's your call. The ball is in your court, dude. I mean, why party and do all that stuff now? I mean, we're not celebrating anything. What do you have to celebrate? You're not rich. You're not living the life that you want to live, so why celebrate now? Why not celebrate when you become successful? Then that gives you the right motivation and the right reason to celebrate, you know what I mean? Because you made it. You succeeded. You accomplished all your goals. So, I mean, that's the best advice I can give you for this, man. Turn that C into an A if you can. If not, I mean, B+, man. Just bang it out. Bang it out, because one day you're going to realize that knowledge is incredible power, because you'll never get nowhere without it, man. And I really hope this helped you, because, I love giving advice like this, because I want people to do better. You know what I mean? So I really hope that you get on the right track, man. And I really hope that you just bomb it, because if you don't, ultimately, man, it's going to dawn upon you, and there's going to be nobody to blame but yourself. So... but thank you for the questions, Mr. Dylan. Anyways, guys, that is all the time I have for today. Thank you all for watching this episode of Fan Mail of the Week. I am your host, UnrealEntGaming. Thank you all for watching, guys. I hope you all submit video questions for next week's Fan Mail. I am collecting those so I can make one giant project. I'm not really going to get into too much for 2014, but you guys will see what I'm going to do. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe for all the latest news, information, and updates. Get this video out, guys. I hope you all enjoy. Hit it up with a like and a favorite. Rate that thumbs up button. Have a safe weekend. I hope you all enjoy the holidays coming up, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you in the next episode. Everybody go watch Thor, by the way. Peace!